I don't really feel represented in the government just because there's a lot of old guys, and I'm not an old guy, so I feel like they think old guy thoughts rather than what I think, and there's not a quality representation of age. Also, I want to be a teacher when I grow up, so there's not really anybody in there that's ever really been a teacher. So they're making legislation on education, and they've never done it before. So they're doing what they think is right, which isn't really ever correct. So I feel like there's no representation of the actual teachers in Congress or the government. But and it seems to be the same thing over and over, just a bunch of old guys arguing about where they're going to spend their money when we should really get some new faces in there.
I do not feel represented in the government presently because there are very few women that are active in the government right now, and I don't feel that a very large majority of those women agree with my political views.
Why do you feel misrepresented in government?
The reason I feel misrepresented in government is I feel like the politicians really aren't looking out for everyone. They're kind of doing what's in their best interest. For example, student debt is a huge issue facing a lot of the younger generation, and there's a lot of things that go into that. Like, you can't really claim bankruptcy, like your student debt doesn't go away. I think issues like that they're kind of ignoring because it doesn't directly affect them, and it doesn't really mean that they're representing us. And I mean, they don't really have a reason to, considering a lot of young people don't vote, but they're also not doing their job trying to engage the people that they're supposed to be representing. So I just think a lot of politicians' priorities are in the wrong place.
No, I do not participate in voting, and the reason is because I have no interest in politics, and I also have no access to television or news or anything because while I'm at school I don't have a TV in my dorm room, so I'm pretty uninformed on politics and what's going on today.
After some thought, while majority of government is, representative of me, white, male, all that good stuff, I do not feel like they champion the same issues that I care for. I feel like I tend to be a little more liberal personally, a lot more government control, things like that, spread the wealth a little, but I feel like it's a lot more based on, it's a lot more capitalistic view than I personally prefer with the things they represent and whatnot. I feel like a lot of the interests they pursue are their personal interests and things that better them as opposed to the country as a whole.